bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Oakland Raiders. With that, it's time for Super Bowl 54, and we'll send you now to Miami, standing by to call their fourth Super Bowl together. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season, and now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past, and tonight we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Oakland Raiders taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, very pleased to be with you. And the story, Charles, of the Oakland Raiders season, just an incredible one, really, in the East Bay. Folks not expecting much after a 4-12 season in 2018. Fans were coming to terms with saying goodbye. And then a funny thing happened. The Raiders started to win, and they did not stop.
And what a way to go out this would be. I mean, this is like storybook. This is something that you write, and you put it on film, and people say, there's no chance that this could happen. Except we're witnessing it right now. Think about the great history of the Raiders in Oakland. John Madden is their head coach. Kenny the Snake Stabler, their Hall of Fame quarterback. The old man himself, Willie Brown. Remember that 75-yard interception return against Minnesota? We can still see Willie running in slow motion. He passed away a few months ago, but he'll never be forgotten in Oakland. The great Raiders of the old supporting this Raiders team now, trying to win another Super Bowl.
Meanwhile, the Packers are back as they look to bring another Super Bowl title home to a place aptly named Titletown.
And they're looking for their fifth win, which would tie them with the Cowboys and 49ers for second all-time. They did last win it in 2011. That was Super Bowl 45. Aaron Rodgers leading them over the Pittsburgh Steelers. But when you talk about titles, and you mentioned Titletown, they've won 13 championships overall when you count all the NFL titles prior to the Super Bowl era as well. So this is a town that's used to winning, and they expect to win this one as well.
The first Super Bowl of the new decade, Super Bowl 54, is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Packers offense led out by number 12, Aaron Rodgers, making his second Super Bowl start. And this a career-defining night for Rodgers. A second title would surely cement his legacy. He'd love to take a repeat of his performance in Super Bowl 45. 304 yards, 3 touchdowns en route to MVP honors. On first down, Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll get this to Jay Kumaro. A gain of 6 there on 1st. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Vontaze Burfict is a super talent and a fierce competitor. He can do it all at the linebacker position.
Not today, you are. Not today. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. To throw is Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result, a Green Bay score. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Derek Carr leading the Raiders out in his first Super Bowl, and it's been a whirlwind run this season for Carr. Remember back in April, there were thoughts that the Raiders might be looking to draft a quarterback with one of their 3 first-round picks, but they stuck with Carr, and it has paid off in a big way with his Super Bowl run. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Carr going to throw. Complete to Jones. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. And the offensive starters here for the Raiders.
In the NFL, we love to talk about bloodlines and how important they can be. And for Zay Jones, he's got a terrific one. His dad, Robert, longtime linebacker in the NFL, big time with the Dallas Cowboys. And his uncle, Jeff Blake, a starting quarterback in the NFL at one point. Wonder if he played catch with Uncle Jeff in the backyard a few times growing up.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Tyler Ervin, a former star at nearby San Jose State, back deep. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Rodgers going to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until a defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Alert 3.
On the draw, Richard. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration. Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up. and you let them out.
And take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 49, check 49.
Rodgers now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
You don't want none.
To throw again, Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that one makes it 14-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game.
Here's Rodgers. Looking middle, and that's complete. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Rodgers now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there, picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. And again, it's Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. 2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Rodgers now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
Mike. 258. Ready? Hey, I got number 80. I got number 80.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Graham's got it. Complete. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
I got one.
Rodgers again now. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and it's now 21-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and the result, a Green Bay score. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr. It's a screen to Richard. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down.
Mike's 4-2.
From the gun, it's Carr. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Oakland. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, we focus on him for our Players Spotlight. And it's been a good game for him to this point, Charles. They're winning on the scoreboard. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And it's always fun for them when they're not just winning on the scoreboard, but they're contributing in a big way. You see him throwing touchdown passes, watching this video here. It's got to be a fun time for him and a relaxed time because nothing is pressing.
Relaxed, cool, calm, collective, all those things describing him right now. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Mike. Mike.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Taken in at the 22.
Let's go, baby.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9.
Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on third.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Here's Carr to throw. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 22. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The never-tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These
blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Smith. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
On first down, Carr got a man open. It's Darren Waller. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
3 buzz.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Check right. Watch left.
Here we go, D.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4.
Holding.
And this looks like it's going to be holding. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing now is Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Carr gives to Richard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one and another first down. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up first and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Carr. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Dean Lowry in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal.
Let's get off the field, D.
Richard. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Tried to go draw play out of the gun down here.
Yeah, they tried to spread things out, didn't they? They wanted to move people away from the center of the field, away from the line of scrimmage near the ball, so that the runner could find some space. Unsuccessfully, though.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Working from the gun, it's Carr. It's complete to Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. From 13 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This one taken from the 7. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Got a man. That's Allison. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Safe.
One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
58.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, tight. Check nickel.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Get him, boys. Yeah,
He got it stripped, but you can see the panic in his face from up here through the helmet. He was able to dive back on it.
A good bit of fortune for him, because oftentimes on a strip sack, when that ball is wrenched out of your grasp, it can go in any different direction. It can go way away from you. In this case, it didn't matter. He was able to get on it.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Watch the slack.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They run it again with Williams. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
Out of bounds at the 21-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Carr now to throw. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Carr. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him a first down. 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Well, he obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Carr again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Zadarius Smith leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does. And I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get this.
Now Jones. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. This is Jones, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage and whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So Derek Carr in the offense, down by 8, a minute 46 to go. And they have to have a touchdown to level this Super Bowl as they come up on 1st down.
Let's go one more. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Mike 50. You don't want nothing.
Carr to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line.
Here we go, 50, 50. Mike 50.
To throw is Carr. Oh, no, he lost the football. Shreds the tackle. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Here we go, let's bring it.
That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Carr now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back home. The Green Bay Packers are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.